What's up guys, Briselex here. Just wanna share you guys in this video a build I'm using. I believe this is the best build at the moment for single target, for AoE as well, more specific for cleaving. I will show you in a minute why I believe this is like the best build for warriors at the moment. The synergy between the mythic enchants, the weapons and everything. So for starting with about the gear, well, these are like very highly, strongly recommended weapons. You need the bleed weapons that are these two of here. These can be found on Razor from Downs, first boss, and these can get easily by this vendor right here. So yeah, these weapons are needed because, mainly because for the bleeding damage. This bleeding damage of each weapon is like 5 to 7% of your overall damage. So very good damage. Then what you else need? Okay, so for talents you will need these talents right here. You can switch some talents here like precision, commanding presence. These talents here you can switch because precision you will be capped or not, that will require you more or less on this talent. Then commanding presence just needed if you need to battle shout because there is no pala giving might, or you need to commanding shout whatever. But yeah, you can switch between those. Then you can just put more here or there in Berserker Rage. But yeah, from the other talents you will need them just at right where we are. So what else? For the Mystic enchants here, I will explain you why this build goes so well and fits so well between itself. So you go with Ambidextrous for legendary enchant, and here you go with this talent for a very easy reason. It's because one of your main resources of damage is the Heroic Strike, and you actually need it to proc the slams you need to proc. So Ambidextrous here, Beast. What else? You need Power Slam. This is the main purple one you need because you actually have the Blood Surge talent that gives you like 20% to proc your instant slam after doing Heroic Strike, Blood Tears or Whirling. But the thing is, once you get one slam, with this Power Slam here, you will get tons of slam probably. You try to keep like spamming it permanently, and you probably like doing that the most of the fight, like just keep spamming slam as much as you can. Not try to not hardcast the slam like in any scenario. I mean, you will need to hardcast sometimes, but yeah, most of the times just let it happen with the Heroic Strike. If not, try to help yourself with Bluetooth or Wildwind. Yeah, it will proc eventually, and you will like keep it permanent with the slam itself. So why this goes so well? Because this is like a 50% per slam, but you are doing 2 slams. So this talent here, Single-Minded Fury, that is Beast in this build that we are using dual way. So you basically hit the slam 2 times, one with the main hand, one with the offhand. So you're doing 2 slams, and in each slam is 50%. This doesn't mean it's 100% to keep spamming the slam. No, but you have 2 different probability of 50%. That's a lot. And also you have the Heroic Strike probability. That's 20% extra. So it's one of 50%, other of 50%, and a third of 20%. So it's a lot, and you probably, once you have the first slam proc, you will probably keep it just spamming it. So yeah, this is very needed. Then you have the Skull Crusher Mystic enchant that this reduce the strong set that you have dealt with by 2 seconds. And again, this is very good because this is 2 seconds, but here 2 slams means 2 times 2 seconds. That's 4 seconds per. So every time you do a slam, you reduce by 4 seconds you dealt with. So that's a lot. and you will have the Death Wish buff uptime a lot. In a real scenario I have here in Ragnarok, you will see I have like Death Wish uptime half, well, almost half of the battle, so it's a lot. And even in Ragnarok that have some like no damage phases, so well, you will get like from a 50 to a 60% of uptime in Death Wish. That's pretty good. Then for the tier 1, I will recommend just going with Outrage, because you will have Enrage Talent procced most of the time as well. So just go Outrage and you have a 5% damage, additional damage in your Enrage. That's about 70% of the uptime. And why is that? Because you have this talent here on Rage. That's by itself is not like the great talent. I mean, it's good. It's worth the 5 points, because you're even like getting damage from any source in raid. But the thing is, Power Slam also proc your Enrage talent. It's a shorter window of time. It's just 5 seconds, but you can keep refreshing it. I will show you how it's in the details. So here, you see this Enrage is the talent we got with the Power Slam or whatever procced. So I will have this like almost 60% of the time of the battle, and you see here I have here 23 activations, but I have 86 refreshes of this buff. So that means I have had like over and over this procced and procced. No, because I got an enrage from a slam proc, and then I got other enrage from a slam proc, so I will just keep refreshing and refreshing. So really good. You will have it most of the time of the battle, so this is fine as well for single target. Okay, remember that, for single target. Then when we want to do AoE or just cleave like 2 or 3 targets, we want to switch to this version of the build. And here you will see everything is kind of the same overall, yeah, but there is some slightly changes. Like you see here, I'm not using Outrage anymore, because Cleaving Slam is really good and better by far in this version of the build. So you use Cleaving Slam. Why? Because when you use Cleave, you will like get a stack of this Cleaving Slam that will do that your next slam will hit to another target. And why this is so good? Not just because slam already hits twice with the talent, so that's more damage, but because you are proccing this Skull Crusher 4 times, not just 2 times like before. No, 4 times per slam. So if you have a cleaving slam, okay, you will hit your slam to 2 targets, and each target will hit 2 times because single minded fury. So you will hit the slam 4 times. Okay? So 4 times 2 seconds per is like 8 seconds. 8 seconds per slam in reduced time for your Death Wish is just a lot. And you will see why. I here have in the details as well. For Magmadar, you know, Magmadar now has like permanent 3 target because of the left and right head. So here I will show you my Death Wish uptime. You see drastically improved. Like it went from 50% to 90%. So it's a lot of time. 90% is basically the whole fight. So having 20% increased damage the whole fight, that's certainly broken. So it's crazy. It's crazy damage increase. So you want this Cleaving Slam talent. It goes like very well. It fits right in your build. Yep. There is like no more change on the AoE version that Cleaving Slam. Well, here you can change to Dragon Roar, because Dragon Roar don't depend on the damage of your weapon damage, and you're using faster damage as you are using 1 hunt instead of 2 hunts. Other option will be Ravager, but just as I said, Ravager is based on weapon damage, so the the best use of this will be in a two-hand weapon build. So yeah, just go Dragon Roar if you want a massive like AoE uncapped damage that goes very well. It has short cooldown, like 25 seconds, not that much. Yeah, it helps a bit for the damage. For example, in Domo, this Dragon Roar itself just did the 7% of the damage, so it's very good. Yep. What else? You can hear just like in the AoE, change this to Rise to Glyph of Cleaving. This is Beast because your Glyph will hit 3 instead 2 targets. That's pretty good for a Rare. It's very, very good. And maybe this to have the whirling a bit faster, like 2 seconds less in the CD is very good as well. So yeah, that's are the builds. As I told you, the Mystic Enchants I already showed you. They fit very well with each other. So this build is what I believe the best at the moment. Even for single target, like for AoE, because the Molten Core AoE is very like 2 or 3 ads and then the boss that actually also needs a strong single target still. So this build is very good because you will have the AoE, very good AoE because of the cliff, and you will not fall when you have just the single target remaining boss. So you will hit very good in any phase of the battle. So yep, those are the builds. I will just show you a quick, not rotation, but maybe like a rule system that I use. It's not that hard because we really use just 2 buttons at all when we got the proc, and that's it. But yeah, we'll show you in a minute. So just gonna change here because I wanna explain you, and you can see this cleaving slam plus this execution giving you 8 seconds less per slam cast. So you will see. Here, well, what I do first is in pre-pool I do Blood Rage. 1 second after before the pool start, I used to Berserk Rage, so I do both, and I start with Death Wish because we can have the Death Wish plenty of the time, so there is no problem with that. Also, you can start with the Mighty Rage Potion before pool, so you can use another one. So let's start. So I do Blood Rage, then I can do Berserk Rage, and starting hitting. Like I would try to get a proc. I get the proc. Once I get the proc, I start doing Cliff. So you see, I do Cliff, I get the Cleaving Slam, and my slam is hitting one other dude. You see. If I lose the proc, I try to look for it again. So I do Eric Strikes or Whirling or Blitters till I get the proc. So here I'm doing Cliff, and you see, I can reduce 8 seconds per Cliff. You see. So that's a lot. Well, that's basically the rotation. Let's call it rotation. It's not like rotation at all, but just a system, like a priority system, So yeah, basically you try to find your slam proc, and then once you have your slam proc, if you're doing single target, you just press slam and Eric Strike the whole time. That's it. And if you're doing Cliff, well, you just change to slam plus Cliff, and that's it. Once you lose the proc of slam, because that will happen in a certain time of the battle, you try just to look for another proc, like doing Bloodthirst. If you have enough rage, you do Whirling, but you always try to keep doing Eric Strike because it's a good amount of damage of your overall damage, and it also procs the slam. So yeah, basically that is not hard. Like it's really very easy guide. You will hit just fine. You see here and in these bosses, you can get the easy 4K DPS, and this is not my best pool. I have it, and this is with actually like fire resistant set because we were in a mythic Ragnaros. So yeah, you know, you need the set, the fire resistant set. You lose some expertise and hit here and there. So yeah, that's all. Don't know if you have any questions. If you have some, just let me know in the comments below. I will happily try to answer any doubt you can have. Yep, let's try the build and see how your DPS goes and hope you do well with the build. For the weak auras I can share you. Just let me know as well in the comments. So if you need it, I will upload in the weak auras in the Ascension database, or I can even like send the weak auras in Discord or whatever. So yeah, that's it for the build. I hope it helps to you guys. Let's see.